Hello you guys, I'm back with another video. Today is my birthday, but I still wanted to come on here and post for you guys because I want to do 2 videos a week, but really every day, honestly. I want to post every day at least, but we're working on that. So I wanted to come on here and talk about just what I've been going through, what God been showing me, just revealing stuff to me, just more wisdom and knowledge and understanding, So I wanted to come on here and talk about that. I've been watching a lot of Miss Tiffany Buckner, and I watched last night some of her videos with the Hardly Initiated podcast, and her videos are fire. So if you ain't been watching her, go watch her. She is, God using her to help bring a lot of revelation and wisdom to us. But yeah, so I just been thinking about idolatry and how we supposed to, put God first and seek first the kingdom and all his righteousness and the rest of the verse. But usually even if we are saved, when you're in the world though, for sure, you have so many other things that has your heart. And I was listening to Matthew the other day, but now I'm in Luke. But I was listening to Matthew the other day, and it was saying about, Jesus was saying about how don't store up your treasures here on earth where, moth and rust corrupts. And he was saying how store your treasures in heaven, and about how where your heart is, there your treasure will be. And I was thinking about that because I was like, that's so true. Because whatever you value, whether it's a person, place, or thing, whatever you value over God, in this world, he told us be in the world, not of the world, neither love the things of the world. Whatever it is that is in this world, person, place, or thing, if that has your heart, if that's your treasure, that's where your heart gonna be. Your heart, God wants our heart. We're supposed to, we're supposed to let him work in us so we can have a fleshly heart and not a stony heart. And yeah, man, it's just just realizing we have to really just make sure we don't let anything stand in between us and Jesus, basically. And when you're in the world, you have all these other idols. God said, I don't remember the verse, but I know it's the Old Testament, if I'm not mistaken. But it was little children, keep yourselves from idols. And you might think idol is idol worshiper is somebody people in the Bible, they had the groves, they were sacrificing their kids and all these things to worship these other gods, and they kept going to idolatry. They would go bow down and all these things. But anything that has your heart besides God is you made it idol. And I've been thinking about that with my own life. And with Miss Tiffany, she'd be we're not victims. We're not, we're not victims. We're reapers. And how God said we reap what we sow. And it's so true. Because, God helped. He brought me through a whole lot of different things and been healing me and stuff. But at the same time, it's I was thinking okay, I'm doing pretty good. I'm a lot better than I was and all these things. And I am in all different areas. But then watching a lot of her videos, I'm dang, be feeling convicted because man, I still struggle with that. Read her videos, read my whole life to filth. I'd be bro, it's literally me and what I went through and what I'm trying to still, work through and have God help me work through. And so, yeah, I forgot what point I was trying to make, but basically, She was just saying how we're not victims, we're reapers. So, like when I was in the world, instead of, we supposed to seek first the kingdom. I was in the world, I was like, I was idolizing, I grew up, I always felt like I was like a burden, and I always felt like I was, like, feelings invalidated, felt like a burden, felt like, ultimately like those two things. Felt like burden, I feel like alone, feel like my feelings. Somebody texted me, I don't know who that is, but anyways. So what was I gonna say? So I felt like that, right? And so therefore I was raised in church, but I didn't understand, and I didn't want to do what it felt like, controlling and stuff, and I just want to do what I want to do. And so I idolize relationships, I idolize friendships, any relationship, with a guy or like family, cause like me and my mom, my brothers, we like never was close with like none of my mom's side of the family, and then I didn't know none of my dad's side of the family besides my uncle. And so, well, on my mom's side, we talk to our grandma every now and then, but it wasn't like, oh, we all so close, family reunions every year or whatever. No. So it was like, well, just feel like it was like a lot of just like trauma. So yeah, I idolized relationships and stuff, and so then I didn't put God on a pedestal. So I put them up there, and I was like, well, at least if I have this friend, or at least if I have, this family member, I'll be good. I have somebody that care about me, that's there for me, and all these things. And now that I'm closer to God, it's like you have those things, but you don't idolize them. Like God is the source. Everything else is a resource. So God have people in your life, and you love them and everything, but you're not like, oh man, if I, like you're really like holding on to them because you really just want love, what you think is love anyway. And so now that I'm, walking with Jesus and everything, and he's showing me like stuff kind of happens, and like I'll be like, bro, this is bogus, or like, why does this happen to me? Like, cause like I saw this other video with, I think his name Prophet Mike, and I believe he not funny. I believe he really like, sorry, it's another little ant I gotta kill. But he really like sold out to the Lord, and he does a lot of like deliverance videos, and like his he be prophesying to people, he talks to them, and he accurate. It's different if it's like, oh, they claim they're prophet, but like they give a word and it's literally don't come to pass, and it has come to pass for him too with other people that he said stuff to that God told him. And other so-called prophets or whatever, they give you a word, or they tell you about yourself and it's not true, and they try and cast out demons from people, and then it doesn't work. That type of stuff is like, okay, yeah, you're not real. But like you say, you'll know them by their fruits, and a good tree can't bear bad fruit. So like, I really like him a lot. And so he was saying how that when Satan, he try to attack you, that when he comes at you, he realizes like he can't get you because you're already broken, and you're surrendered to the Lord basically. So he gonna come at like people that is around you, like that you talk to, your friends, family, whatever, and he gonna work through them. And so that been happening to me, and yeah, I was at first, I was like, I was operating on my flesh because it hasn't happened for a while. Usually I'll be like chilling, I'll be mind my business, I'll be spend time with the Lord, I'll be having peace and all that. You say seek peace and pursue it. I'll be doing that. I'll be chilling. And so it hasn't happened for a while, like some like altercation or something. sorry. So yeah, so I haven't had no altercation, really, like no drama or whatever, and I literally stay away from that foolishness because I'm like, bro, be for real, like why would I want to sit up here argue? Like there's this girl, she's a rapper, she a Christian rapper, and I don't know if some of y'all be like, oh, Christian rap's bad. I'm like, man, it depends. Like if it's literally, it depends. Like it depends. Like if you feel like the Holy Spirit on it and you feel like convicted and it's like speaking facts, but versus like some other things it's just give like worldly, and it give like you just feel like you listening to like Drake or something, or like it just, you know, you don't feel like on fire for God when you listen to it. You don't feel like, you know, so that's type stuff. I don't listen to those, but yeah. So she was like, why would I fight with you when I fight my flesh? And I was like, literally. I was like, why would I fight with a fool when I fight my flesh? Give it to God, he handle the rest. I'm like, literally. So saying like this all comes in with idolatry, so I'm getting to that part. So like keep working through people that, you know, like I had said, like, oh, if I have, or at least I thought, you know, if I have this family member or something, I'll be, you know, I'll be good or whatever, because I didn't really have a whole lot of, you know, cousins, and like I didn't have no cousins around. Mom and dad, it was always tumultuous. Me and my brothers were good until, you know, we had some falling out with some argument that happened, and then I ended up being like, everybody was like blaming me, but I wasn't wrong. Besides the part that I got too angry too fast. So then I like, for me it's like if I, well at least in old me, when I would get angry, I would be like, bro, I would want to like, instead of like throw a pencil at you, I would like want to throw like a brick at you. So God help me with that. But yeah, so other than that, you know, it's just all like, it's like all just ganged up on me, and I was like, wow. So that made me feel like, all right, so I just felt like it really just me. And, you know, didn't have no uncles for real, besides my dad's side, no aunts for real that I would talk to, grandma, grandpa, never met my grandpa, or on either side, or my grandma on my dad's side, and then my grandma, we talked here and there. So really, and didn't have a whole lot of like, grow up with a whole lot of friends like that, because we were always moving. So yeah, it's like when I had a relationship with someone, not like just dating or something, but like friends or like family, I would be like, okay, you know, as long as, you know, they're there, you know, I have somebody that's there and they care about me, and you know, they're there for me. So yeah, so then I had some incident happen recently, and it was like bogus and very like inconsiderate and like selfish of them, of something that they did. And I was like, you know, I didn't expect it. So at first I was mad and in my flesh about it, and I was like, Lord, this is bogus. I was like, I didn't, you know, I think it's really wrong that they did this, and you know, you would think that they would do something else, but they didn't do it. And just was really like kind of cold-hearted about the situation. And yeah, so then I was like, God, you know, what should I do about it? And then I was watching like Tiffany, and God's always be answering me. Jesus always be answering me, and he like speak to me through videos, or like convicting me about like if I'm talking to him, and then I have like a thought, and then he'll like, it's like the Holy Spirit be like ministering to me while I'm talking to him, and then I'll be like, so I should forgive them, because you know, when I was in the world, I didn't forgive such and such, or like even when I'm saved, I didn't forgive such and such, or some situation like that as an example. And I'll be like, yeah, you're right. But so I was in my flesh about the situation. And then God was talking to me. I was watching her videos, and she was talking about, idolatry and, we put anybody before God, then you're gonna, reap what you sowed, basically. And God was telling me, like, I was realizing, like, oh, I was mad, but it was like hurt my feelings, because I was like, I see what it is, because I didn't expect them to do that. I wouldn't have never expected them to do that. And I held them in too, like, high of, like, esteem, and put too much, like, onus on them. And especially the fact that they're not, walking with Jesus, and they're deceived in whatever they believe right now. And I just, like, put them on a pedestal when I should have. And I left them there, even though I should have just, had Jesus up there, and realized, like, nobody, like, humans are flawed, and they're going to eventually do something that, rubs you the wrong way. And automatically I was like, man, I want to cut them off, because, when it comes to, like, integrity and, like, just, like, doing stuff, like, out of honor, and it's like character flaws type stuff, that's like shiesty. I'm like, bro, I don't even want to deal with you anymore. But God was like, no, I was patient, I was kind. And I was like, yeah, you're right. And so he was just telling me, like, you made that relationship idle, because, I should have been the one that was that was your only God in your whole world, instead of you putting that relationship as, like, oh, well, at least if I have this relationship here, then that'll help me not feel alone, not feel like nobody cares about me type stuff. And I was like, he was telling me, like, you basically reaping what I sowed, which was idolatry of that relationship. And the fact that I was losing what I was going to say. Just the fact that me getting mad about the situation was really just me being hurt about it. But it was like, you're hurt because instead of putting me first, you put that relationship first, among other relationships that have had to, like, fall away. And now you're realizing, like, why he say, like, have no other gods before me, and all these things. And I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, you're right. Cause, like, I always be like, Lord, can you help me? Like, tell me what I need to do, like, and Satan was trying to get me, like, to be in unforgiveness, and being like, just being like unforgiveness, and hold them in unforgiveness. And God was like, I was thinking about, like, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, this spiritual stuff. But still my flesh was like, man, it's bogus. Like, it was that spirit, like Miss Tiffany was saying, like, it was dormant, about how when somebody used to do her wrong, she never let herself feel emotions for, like, guys, because how she grew up, trauma and so much stuff. And I was like, man, me too, And, like, somebody did me wrong, I'll just cut them off, literally. Because I was like, nah, bro, I would never do that to you. Especially when it comes to, like, some character stuff, it'd be different if it's like, oh, you forgot to tell me you can't make it to my house today and we're supposed to hang out, versus character flaw, like, somebody telling me talking about me behind my back, or, like, you lied on me, or just, like, snake stuff. I'll be like, bro, you're done. But I wanted to do that. That came up out of me. I was like, that was in your heart. And I was thinking about the whole situation, and God was, like, showing me, like, kind of like how the whole situation was orchestrated, was to, like, that's how I believe it is. Like, it was made to, like, he made it to show me, like, what was still in my heart and what I need to still work on. And so, sorry. But yeah, so it was interesting. Because at first I was like, man, and also the fact that, I never was like confrontational with like expressing my feelings to people about like, oh, this hurt me. I used to when I was growing up, but it always was met with like an argument, like invalidating my feelings, met with like manipulation by guilt or like gaslighting, just like, oh, I'm the parent, you're the child, da 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 type stuff. So then I was just like, all right, I just stopped, expressing my feelings, and usually just kept stuff bottled up. And that's why I would eventually I just numb my feelings a lot. And then that's eventually why I kept, I went to like smoking weed and drinking a little bit. I wasn't really all into all that, but I was smoking weed a lot. Just like suppress the feelings and stuff and like have a way of escape. And so I was never like confrontational because I was like, it made me uncomfortable because it will always be like subconsciously, I would believe like, oh, if I talk to him about this, it's going to lead to argument. I will always feel like anxiety coming up in me, like, oh, if you talk to this person, it's gonna be argument and just, all these things. So I'll just be like, I'm just cut them off. And I always would think like people know what they're doing, and they do, but it's like talk to them first. You know what I'm saying? Like God has been telling me and showing me these things. Like talk to them first, and He's helped me do that. And just express your feelings and just be authentic, and whatever comes with it, comes with it. And so I was like, no, I'm cut them off because what they did was bogus. And yeah, so God was like telling me also, like, no, you need to talk to them and express what they did made you feel. And it's either gonna be, I'm gonna get to the next thing, but it's either gonna be they're gonna be like, wow, I didn't mean to make you feel like that, or I didn't know I made you feel that way, I was intending that, or it's gonna be met with, oh, that's not what it is. I don't know why you think that, and argument type of stuff. And so then I'll go from there. So God was telling me to do that, and I was like, all right, because I was like, bro, flesh don't want you to be doing stuff, but it was like God showing me, you reap what you sow. You put them above me. And now that even when I was in the world, everything that I did is like, now that I'm with God, it's like you still gonna reap what you sowed, whatever. When you was in the world, you still gonna reap that. And also it's gonna be like helping you grow, teach you lessons as well, and help you like become a better person. So yeah, it was like, well, since you made that relationship idol, and thinking they would save you, and as long as they're in your life, you would be happy, and but you have to realize like nobody is gonna save you. The only person that can save you is Jesus. And don't put your guard your heart, don't put your trust and confidence in man, and don't make an idol out of relationships, because literally only like God stick closer than a brother, and Jesus stick closer than a brother. And God was showing me that it's like, yeah, God's the source, everything else is the resource. So just know how to put people in certain places and positions. And so that's what it was teaching me, because I was like, bro, I was just thinking like, man, I did all this. Like, if you're not saved, bro, get saved, because all you're gonna do is keep going in a circle over and over and over again, repeating the same cycle, and you're gonna die not knowing God, not knowing who you are, and not fulfilling your purpose on this earth. God, you're not gonna have the experience of like having healthy love, real love, relationships, healthy relationships, and all these things. And also, God was showing me, like, you know, how what I thought was love when I was in the world, which wasn't love at all. And how when I'm with God, now I have, He's love, and then His love comes through me, and then I learn to love myself, and then I can love others. And He was showing me just like how also what I thought, in the relationships I idolized, I thought that was love. But it's like Miss Tiffany be saying, when people tell you they love you, that means they have God's heart for you. That's what they're saying, because nobody can love you if they don't have God and a relationship with God. Because God, it's literally like a, I don't know how to call it, not a pyramid, but like it's like God, His love comes through me, and then say I have a husband, and then my love comes through, my love from God comes through, and then I give that to my husband. And God was just showing me, like, all these people you was idolizing relationships, it's literally wasn't even love. It was just you just desperate for what you thought was love, and you was operating out of like just trauma, abandonment. You was operating out of like self-hate, insecurity, like validation, stuff like that. And so what you thought the people that you idolized was giving you was love. It wasn't love. And they can't love you if they don't have a relationship with God, because for us to love others, we have to literally have God in us, because He's love. Literally, God is love. So we don't know how to love. We think we do over here in America and all this stuff, but it's not love. It's lust, among other things. And so then we'd be wondering, like, man, why is this happening? And why is these relationships I'm in, they just keep blowing up in my face? Because love never fails. And God was just showing me, like, they might care about you, those people that like my family member I had, like I've been talking about, I got mad at initially. It's like they might think they love you, but it's not love. They might care about you, but it's not love. And like for dating, they might have feelings for you, but it's not love, because if they don't have God, they're not gonna have love for you, because they don't know what love is. Yeah, because for me, like I'm with the Lord, walk with Him, and my flesh came up, and I was like, love went out the window in my mind. I was like, nah, you did me wrong. You're done, bro. And God was like, no. Like for a couple days or so, God was like, no. Just reminding me, like, maybe they don't have a relationship with me, so they don't love you. They think they do, but you have a relationship with me, and love is kind, love is patient, long suffering. And I was like, you're right. So He was like, you gotta talk to them, you gotta express your feelings, and you gotta set boundaries, because everybody can't be close to you. That's just something you should know. As you walk with the Lord, some people gotta be far away, especially if they not locked in with the Lord anyways, not trying to be, and they want to be in willing sin. It's like you gotta delegate the relationships, and like how often y'all talk and all these things, and how intimate the conversations are. But yeah, so don't be like idolizing stuff, bro. Guard your heart, because stuff will like happen, and you'll be like, bro, why is this happening to me? It's like, because you was out of order. Literally, God's order. You was out of order. You wanted to do what you wanted to do. You wanted to have all these idols. You wanted to, have these music artists you listen to, you idolize them. You wanted to idolize, you idolize your car, you idolize your clothes, you idolized your pastor, you idolized food, you was glutton, you idolized marriage, you idolized a relationship. Like, nobody's gonna save you, bro. Nothing's gonna save you. Like, nothing that you're looking after is going to fill the void inside of you. Like, all these things that you're looking at, all this stuff Satan have out here in the world, it's literally a mirage, bro. It's literally like, it's like you in the desert, and that's how it is. You're like literally in the desert, and you're thirsty. You're thirsty for love, because we're made for love. We're made to love. God, worship God. But you're out here in the desert, you're thirsty, and when you're dehydrated and you're thirsty, you take anything. And so you're out here, you're looking in the distance, and you're like, oh, you know how people be looking in the distance in the desert, and they be like, is that a river or whatever? And they get closer, and it's not that. That's how it is. Like, everything outside of God is not gonna last, like, literally. And if it does last, something died. Like, you might see a couple that been together for like 30 years, but they're not saved. It's like they could get along well, but something in that relationship died. Whether it's like they're not as intimate like mentally and emotionally as they could be, because they don't have the love of God, so they're not 100% like safe with each other, to where they could just like feel like they could just be 100% transparent. Maybe their finances doing bad, but they're like, well, I still love my partner or whatever, my husband or wife. But regardless, you're just not gonna get the full, like, not spectrum, but you're just not gonna get the full cup of what God has for you. Because Satan's gonna give you like half of a cup, if that, and God wants to give you a cup running over, really. But you settle for stuff. You might be happy, but you don't have like joy. You're not like ecstatic. Like, you're not like, feel like you're just like walking on cloud 9 or whatever, because Satan can't give that to you. It's impossible. So literally just seek, like it said, seek first the kingdom and all his righteousness. So righteousness, everything that is in right standing with God. So whatever is right, which is studying the word, and you will know what that is. Love your neighbor as yourself. Like he was saying, how giving to the poor, and I think visiting people in prisons and jails or something like that, and feeding the hungry, is like you did it to him. Denying flesh, living in the spirit, cultivating fruit, having him help you cultivate the fruits of spirit. All these things are like righteousness. So yeah, you just need to lock in and focus on that, because everything else you try to do, everything else you try to focus on, everything else you idolize is gonna literally fail, bro. Like, it might take a while, but it's gonna fail. That's just how it is, because God's law is perfect, God's way is perfect, and yeah, it can't fail. He can't lose. So who do you think can fail and can lose and will fail and will lose? Exactly. So it's like, you want to be on a losing team or you want to be on a winning team? Because all you're doing is operating on self-hate. And this is what happened with me. Everything I'm talking about happened with me, and I'm learning these things. You operating out of self-hate when you sit up here and you're like, nah, I love God, but God, like Miss Tiffany be saying, you sit in the back seat. Jesus, you sit in the back seat. You're in the car, but I'm still drive. And she be saying like he wants to take the wheel of your car, like the WILL of your car, your life. But you're like, nah, sit in the back seat. And Jesus ain't supposed to sit in the back seat. You get out the car because Jesus has self-respect. Jesus has self-love and high self-esteem. He's like, no, I'm gonna let you do what you want to do, but I'm not coming second to nobody. And as he shouldn't. So you out here, you thinking Jesus with you, but what you have that's captivating your eyes, and that's like your lust, that's tempting you, drawing you away, that is separating you from God. So now Jesus over here and you all the way over there, because you think like, well, just because I have Jesus in the car with me, then I should be good. No, like he has to be Lord. Like he's not just Savior. He's supposed to be Lord. He's supposed to be Lord. Like he's here and we here, and we're on our knees and he is here, and we're praying. We're on our knees praying at his feet. We're following after him. We walking with him. We the sheep, he the shepherd. Simple. Literally. So it's not like you operate out of self-hate because you think, oh, I can do better. I know what I'm doing and all this stuff. I can, go to church and read the Bible and all these things, but I'm gonna still do what I want to do and not seek first the kingdom. And that means seek first God. The kingdom is heaven. The kingdom is basically God's country, God's home. Seek first the kingdom, which is laws, which is a country it has laws. You know how it is in America or wherever you live. It has laws, it has rules, it has rules, regulations, it has ways of operating. And that's what the whole Bible is. It tells you how to live this life, and it's all to protect you and have you have a better life. But it's not to sit up here and make you be like, oh man, I can't do this, oh man, I can't do that, and oh man, they got a husband, they got a wife, they got these nice things. God tell you don't worry about them people. He say that stuff not gonna save them in the day of judgment. God tell you all these things. If you read the Bible, bro, you spend time with God, pray, you're gonna be like, and you ask for wisdom, knowledge, understanding, you're gonna be getting so many downloads. You're gonna be like, bro, what was I doing? And bro, this makes so much sense, what he's telling me. And yeah, so if you don't do that, you operating out of self-hate, literally, because you're choosing, like it says, I think Proverbs is like, all who hate me, which it was talking about wisdom, all who hate wisdom love death. You love death because all that you're going to get in Satan's kingdom, in Satan's territory, is death, because the wages of sin is death, and he can't create anything. All he can do is steal, kill, and destroy. All he can do is give you a mirage of something, and eventually he's going to die. And then you're going to be wondering why your heart hurting, why you're traumatized, why you have all these thoughts, spirits talking to you and tormenting you. It's because you wanted to do what you wanted to do. You hated yourself, but you didn't sit here and love yourself even just a little bit, because maybe you're like a babe in Christ, and you don't have full love for yourself yet. You're still growing, and I'm still growing too. But you're like, the decision of, oh, I'm gonna actually do right. I'm gonna actually follow God because I know this is what I should do. That right there is a choice of love. Love is action. That is you choosing a decision that is for your betterment, which is love for yourself. And you're allowing God to work in your heart, and you're listening to him tell you should make this decision, and you did it, which is being obedient. And if you do the opposite of that, you hate yourself, literally. And I hate myself. That's why I was out there doing all these stupid things. My bad. Time always ends. But that's why I was out there doing all these things, bro. And I was like, bro, I'm on rant right now. But spirit form, bro. Spirit talking to me. Stop talking to me. Because stuff is serious. Like, you love death, but you also are going to, if you don't turn from your ways, you're going to be turned over to a reprobate mind, and you're going to be out here wilding out, and you're going to be, sorry, somebody texted me, but you're going to be out here wilding out, and eventually you're going, God forbid you die in your sins, bro. It's GG's, bro. Like this, like, bro, look, if you look around at the world. The more you get closer with God, the more you literally see how lost we are, how far away from Him we are. Like, it's not like we're here in sin and God is here. We are so far away. Like, if you look at the Bible and all the stuff God tells us not to do, all the stuff God, like, talks about when it comes to people who are not going to make it into heaven, like adulterers, murderers, fornicators, liars. It's like, bro, people out here, like, it's like Sodom and Gomorrah. People out here lying, people out here cheating on their spouses. I heard on the podcast, Hardly Initiated, last night. I was watching, it was Tiffany Montgomery and Miss Tiffany Buckner and Miss Tiffany Montgomery. And Miss Tiffany Montgomery was saying how she had got an email from someone, and they talked about how her son had R-worded her, 20-year-old son R-worded her, and it was two other girls on the show that Miss Tiffany Buckner was talking to and giving advice to, and they said they had got, R-word too, and one was 18 and the other one was like, I don't know, probably 20s or so, like younger 20s or something like that. And I was like, bro, it's crazy. It's people out here cheating on their spouse. People out here, it's the 70 Christians that got killed in, I think, Africa. Not on the news, of course, because, when it comes to the only religion that's real, only path that's real, Jesus, the way, the truth, and the life, and I don't care if you're mad. Oh no, there's other ways. No, there's not. And when we get to the end and stand in front of Jesus, you're going to know I should have listened. But anyways, of course it's not on the news or whatever. 70 Christians was, massacred, because that would make people be like, wow, why did that happen to them? That didn't happen to anybody else. Like, maybe it is real. Maybe it is true, because they're always talking about Jesus. They're always mocking him. Yeah, bro. So you got all this, I don't even know if I can say the word, but the genders with the, transitioning, that stuff is just all demonic with, I think it's Bell or whatever it is, with the half female, half male. That's all demonic, because God made us male, female, simple, argue about it with somebody else. And you have all that going on. They pushing it on the kids. They ain't teaching us nothing. All this stuff, you see it everywhere if you have eyes. All this evil stuff going around. Oh, they just so blatant with it nowadays. The government corrupt, ran by people that like to do stuff with kids. All types of stuff. All types of stuff, bro. Our money, the beast system is right around the corner with the, having you can't buy or sell, you have to, our money is really a joke, for real. Everything's so much more expensive. And in the Bible it says something about a day's wages for a loaf of bread. and people still want to think we're not in the last days. Like mother, what he said, mother against daughter and father against son. Enemies will be your own household. We don't really have families nowadays, like in community. Men against women. You got the men out here, not all of them, but a lot of, I heard so many stories of like dudes sleeping with other dudes and then they bring it back to their girl. Like, Sodom and Gomorrah, bro. And then, just all type of stuff, bro. And, you know, the food, everything causes cancer. Food, clothing, what I got on right now. I'm like, bro, it's so expensive for cotton. I'm like, bro, I'll pray about it, because I'm like, I don't have $50 to buy a cotton shirt. Not right now, anyways. And so it's just like, bro, if your eyes are not open, I don't know what to tell you. Like, literally, people losing their minds, people out here, you know, kids disrespectful to their parents, older people, women, men out here acting like children. And God said that would happen. You know, they would the older people that would be immature. I think it says that, but I know it's for sure. It says the younger generation would be leading us, because the older generation didn't want to sit up here and, you know, handle business and be mature. So, and then the 7 women would call to one man, you know, oh, just let us, we'll buy our own clothes and our food or whatever. Just let us have your last name. You tell me we're in the last days? Man, how many people you know have you seen online doing that? Neo, that's just one example. All these people like, oh no, it's okay to be polygamous and all that stuff. And that stuff demonic too, because children need to see mother and father in household, not confusion. Like, why does my dad have a mom? Why does my dad have 2 women here? And then now the attention isn't equally given, because he over here trying to sit up here, can't even please one woman, for real, not sexually, but like fully surrendering and giving and like being faithful to, and, you know, trying your best to do right by one woman is hard. And I can't even tell you how hard it is, because I'm not a man, but I know it's hard because of how y'all are wired. And you trying to tell me like 2, when you got kids in the house and you're not, bro, like, it's just stupid confusion, bro. I'm like, and they trying to change, you know, oh, marriage could be between this and this instead of just a man and a woman. You got people who sleep with the same gender in pulpits talking about they pastors. You got the genders who transition pastors, and you tell me we not in the last days, bro. You better get right. That's all I gotta say. Get right, because you don't want to be separated from God. And it's not just to say get right so you don't go to hell. Of course you don't want to go to hell. I don't want to go to hell either. But you do it because God is perfect, bro. His love is the best. He's the best. He's bro, he's just awesome, bro. He's so kind, so loving, he's so caring, he's so sweet, and he always there for you. He always comforts, he always comes through, he always stand on his word. He never lets you down, bro. You can rely on him. He gonna come through for you. And he might not come when you want him, but literally, I know people say that, but it's so true. But when he come, you're like, man, you know, it's like, bro, you have to do it, bro. Like, for your own betterment of life, even. Just talk to God, be like, Lord, please help me, because I love what I do. I said this to him, like, I keep it 100. I'm like, Lord, I love this sin, or I love doing this, and I don't want to love it. I want to hate this. I want to be more like you. Please help me with this. Please help me to be more like you and love what you love, hate what you hate, because I can't do this by myself, and I want to be close with you. And, you know, just tell him everything. He already know. Just tell him everything. It'll help your relationship. That's what I do. Tell him everything. Like, I was in the gym the other day, right? And, oh yeah, so like I was saying, I was in the gym yesterday. And I was working out, right? And I always like had battle with lust, right? Because, I was bound for like 17 years with, I can't say the word. I don't want to take no risks because they already gave me a warning strike. I'm trying to get that, trying to get checks coming in. They can't strike me. So, anyways, I was bound for like 17 years with nasty movies and stuff because, I was just trying to feel just something, because I was like, man, when you feel like just alone and like depressed and everything, it's like, it's escape. That was escape. Weed was escape. Music was escape. Relationships was escape. All that stuff. But God wants you to face that stuff and confront it and overcome it and heal and be on the other side and be whole. But anyway, I was in the gym, right? And I was working out. I almost say that word because Satan like to get you caught up. But I almost flew away, man. Fly away, bro. Because I'm in the gym, I like push it to the limit, bro. We're not out here. I just did 50 reps. No, not 50. 15 reps. And then now you're just sitting there. No, I do 15 reps and I'm just like about to pass out. Because, you gotta break your muscles, bro. You gotta shred them things. What else are you doing in the gym? But anyway, I was in the gym, right? And it was like a guy with no shirt on. He came in there, eventually took his shirt off. And there was another guy, well, before him, it was one guy. And I was walking, I finished hip thrust, my like second set or so. And I looked up, walking back and forth, trying to like help the pain go away. And I looked up and he had his shirt lifted up. And I like looked down, I said, oh Lord. I looked down, I said, oh Lord. I was like, Lord help me, I'm walking. I didn't look back up. I was like, nope. I'm like, nope. Because like, even like he said, you look at a man or look at a woman, and lust after you sin in your heart. And I didn't even think about that scripture till after I left the gym. But I was just thinking about it like, no, I'm not. It's like, because saying will have you, oh, just look. It's nothing wrong with just looking. And then it'll be just talk to him or smile at him. There's nothing wrong with being friendly. No, we're not playing those games. So I said, Lord, you gotta help me. Because I ain't going back there, bro. I ain't going back there to be bound. Like, no. And so then it was another guy, he came in there. He eventually took his shirt off too. And I'm walking after finishing calf raises. Like, I don't know what's said. But I'm walking, I look over there, I'm just looking around, people seeing what they're doing. And then his shirt is off. I said, Lord, please help me. I was like, keep my feet on. I was like, on the ground, across, look up, sin. And I was just like walking. I was like looking at the ground. I was like, Lord. And I was saying, I was like, no weapon. I was like, no weapon formed against me. I was like, bro, I'm gonna take it serious, bro. I can't plan. Because literally, all it takes is one time. Sin get you caught up and get a hook in you, and now you're done. Not to say God can't do anything, and like, but it's just like, be wise, and don't be out here just like, oh no, I can look at him, I'll be fine. I'm not even gonna play those games. Like, no, all that stuff, no. Any if I'm scrolling on social media and I see like somebody try thirst trap, not interested, blocked or something like that. And yeah, and then I was leaving the gym, and this is what I'm saying. Like, I'll tell God everything, literally, because He already know anyway. And so I tell Him everything. I was like, Lord, you gotta help me. I was like, I'm not trying to sit here be looking at these men, half naked men walk around here. Like, Lord, please. And so, and they're cute, they're attractive, and they're in the gym, they got muscles and everything, and it's flesh. It's like, let's be for real. And so I was like, Lord, help me. You know what I'm saying? And so he helped me, and I just kept, looking at the ground. I was like, no weapon before it gets me shall prosper. And then after that, I was leaving the gym, and I don't know if I said my testimony, but yeah, I was like, bye. So I don't know if I said that in my testimony or not. But yeah, I was like, I was struggling with bisexuality too. God delivered me from that. And so I was leaving the gym, and there was some girl on the Stairmaster, and she had like booty shorts on. And I was like, bruh, I'm walking, looking at my phone, and I look up, and I just see booty cheeks, booty shorts. I'm like, I said, bruh, I said, sick devil's water. And I just looked away. I said, I'm getting out of here, bro. I said, I'm getting out of here, because no, bro. It's crazy, bro, but you gotta stay vigilant, because all it takes is you just, but I use that example as like how I just tell God everything, because he already know. He wants you to be honest, he wants you to be transparent, and that's the beauty of it all. Have a relationship with him, and you just be yourself more than you ever been. Like you feel safe, bro. You can just be yourself. It's not this thing of like, oh, if you don't do what God says, you're gonna go to hell. And how it's taught to us, and like, oh, you can't be honest with God about every little thing, because he's gonna be mad at you. No, like, you be honest. You be respectful, of course, but you be honest about everything. You just keep it real, bro, and just tell him how you feel. Tell him what you're going through. Tell him what you're struggling with, and he gonna help you. He needs you to be honest, because he can't move otherwise. So yeah, you can't just be like, oh yeah, I'm not. You can't just say like, oh yeah, lie to yourself. Yeah, I'm not struggling with lust, and then God knows you're struggling with lust because he sees your heart anyway. And then you end up falling, and now you're like, oh Lord, please forgive me, and all this stuff. It's like, you should have been honest, and then God he would give you extra strength, supernatural strength. He would have helped you. But it's a great relationship, bro. It's a great walk. It's a great journey. It's awesome, bro. So like, just whatever you was taught to believe about it, like religion, all this stuff, it's not real, bro. It's all just like made to make you not want to have a relationship with him. All of it is like, it's beautiful. It's like you feel safe. He's always there for you. You cry, and he'd be there for you. He help you get through. He show you how much he love you. He bring people around you that treat you better than you've ever been treated, because you always was settling for relationships and stuff. He blesses you with, internally and externally, and he protect you, bro. Literally protect you from all types of stuff, and just help you be better and better every day. And so that's what it's all about, bro. And also our reward, we're gonna be in heaven if we keep the faith, So yeah, bro. Do that and get right with God, bro. Because like I was saying, time is running out, literally. Stuff is crazy. Like, just ask God to help you. Want a desire to have a relationship with him. He will help you, bro. I've asked him these things. Ask him, I want to still be in the world, but I know I need to get right with you. Please help me. And he'll help you, bro. Just ask him for whatever it is you need. He's going to do it for you. And yeah, so that's pretty much all I'm going to say right now. God have me out here, trying to just, say a lot of good things. Be used by him to say a lot of good things that hopefully help y'all. But yeah, whatever you're going through, he will help you get through it, bro. And you'll look back and be like, man, that was crazy, because I'll be doing that sometimes. But yeah, he always gonna be there for you if you allow him to be, and he'll carry you through, bro. But yeah, so anyway, get right with God, and you won't regret it. You wish you did sooner, because that's what I wish. But yeah, so anyway, I'm gonna see you guys soon. sometime next week. And thank you for watching. And yeah, take care.